our team, like they want to help you plan that perfect vacation. They love to insert like their little tips and tricks to make sure it's just right for your family.
It's the beginning of the year, Jen. Here we are. We all have our resolutions. We want to lose weight, save money, make memories with our family.
Let's do it all.
Let's do it all. Let's do it all. How can Getaway Today help us when it comes to budget-friendly travel?
Absolutely. So yes, most people, one of their New Year's resolutions is to spend more time with their family. And a lot of people really want to travel and make those memories. So we always want them to get to go as often as possible. So making it affordable, magical, easy, stress-free is absolutely our goal. So in January, a lot of people come to us and they're like, you know, where should I go? When should I go? And it's just like, feels like this open slate in this open year. So do you want to maybe walk through some of the seasons and we can talk maybe Disneyland and then other destinations too?
Yeah, let's do it because I think that's everyone's number one question. Mm-hmm. When is the best time for me to go to Disneyland?
It really is.
When it's not busy and I can ride everything, right?
That's what they mean. They're like, when should I go to Disneyland? You're like, when will nobody be there?
Yeah.
Exactly. So we are kind of in that time. January, February are the off-season months. And so if you're wanting to go and maybe, you know, not have as many people there, these are typically some of those perfect moments. Also, May is a good time because kids are getting out of school, but they're not out of school yet. And a lot of people don't take their kids out of school in May. So that's a pocket. Also, August, like when kids go back to school at end of August, September is usually a good pocket. And November, there's dates. December too. So our team can kind of help you find those pockets of time. But more than that, than not having people, there's so many things to celebrate at the Disneyland Resort. So let me kind of walk you through the calendar.
Okay.
So first off, you've got spring travel, which is fun. There's always new things happening. The parks just kind of debuting all the fun and what their celebration will be for the year. But some of the seasons people especially look forward to are summer has like the longest park hours. And usually, again, that's when all the celebrations are full force. But Halloween time is the fall. And then holidays are like around Christmas and the holidays.
Yeah.
So a lot of our guests, you'll think this is funny, but they are planning like in January, even for their December vacation.
Okay.
And it's really smart because they get their first choice of hotel. They get the best price on tickets. You're never penalized for booking early. So if for some reason a special comes out, no problem. We will totally adjust that. And then you can use our layaway plan where you put $200 down towards your vacation, and then you can make payments up until you travel. And it's totally flexible. If you want to do it biweekly, if you want to do it once a month, whatever. And then once you pay it off, you're able to get those your whole vacation and then make your theme park reservations. So a lot of guests like to, you know, go and travel and be debt free and just, you know, be able to then go and have a great time on their experience. So those, again, January is a good planning time. And a lot of guests will be like, ooh, now which celebration am I going to hit this year? Like, oh, maybe I want to go when the kids are out of school so I can go a little bit longer. Or so I'll do summertime. Or, oh, I've never done Halloween. I've always wanted to try that. Let's do that. And so we can kind of help, again, map out that time. But you usually do get the best savings planning right now.
Okay, I love that. So I'm planning my vacation. I'm going to set a budget. I'm calling Getaway Today. You guys are going to help me know, hey, this is what it's going to cost. Let's start your layaway plan and start paying towards it. So by the time I go,
you're set.
We're set.
Yes. It's so easy.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't talk as much about other destinations, but right now is also a great time to plan, really, again, kind of mapping out that full year as well. Those same pockets of months like January, February, May, September, kind of 1st of November, 1st of December are also really usually more affordable times anywhere you're looking to go.
Okay.
And our team, if you're thinking of going on like a river cruise to Europe or a traditional cruise or want to go to Alaska, we can help you find those seasons again that will they'll get the best weather, the best bang for your buck, whatever you're looking for.
Okay, perfect. And you guys do everywhere, right?
Yes.
I mean, you mentioned river cruise in Europe.
Okay, so my husband and I did that for our anniversary.
You did?
And
okay.
like, we're kind of young, right? So everyone's like, you're going on a river cruise. And I'm like, well, yeah, like that sounds like a great way to see Europe. We had the greatest time. We went with some of our best friends and it was so fun. Like sometimes going to Europe can be intimidating and going on a river cruise, it was so easy. And they told you and they showed you everything. And we were a little younger, but it totally didn't matter. Like we're kind of that type of entertainment. We're like not way night owls or anything. Like we just had a good time. It was so much fun. So river cruises have been really popular. And so even Adventures by Disney, if you wanted to take your kids, they do river cruises now and we can kind of help you customize that experience too.
That's so awesome. But then even if I wanted to go to an all-inclusive, let's
Yes.
say
Oh, yeah.
Mexico,
Yes,
whatever.
or Sandals
Okay.
Resort or any of
Yeah.
those Caribbean. In fact, our team, they've been to most of them too, which is nice. So we can really help give those recommendations and just make sure that we get the perfect fit for your family.
I love that. I love that. So what tips do you have when it comes to traveling with family? I mean,
Okay.
you mentioned multi-generational. Are there things where you're like, okay, this is exactly what you should do?
Yes, I have tons of those because I've
Okay.
always traveled. I'm the travel planner of all of our multi-generation families.
I love that.
And for our guests too. But so like, first off, you're going to have the best time. It's so fun. And just being flexible in general, because it is a lot of people and it's a lot of different opinions. I always like to have a couple pre-meetings just to set good expectations and get everybody's favorites and make sure that I then hit all of those favorites. To me, the pain points are always meals, because it's like, how do we eat together? Like, our family is like 24 people and then the other
Right.
one's 43 people. Those are big people, big groups. And so
Yeah.
I always want to kind of get those expectations, set dining reservations. We've really loved cruising with multi-generations because that's all taken care of for you. Like, you have food at your fingertips. It's everywhere. Or like the all-inclusive resorts. And like, you have your dining reservation set for you. It's so easy. So that we've tended with our bigger families to do that.
Okay.
We have done Disneyland too, and we'll usually kind of make a plan and we'll all mobile order at the same time and maybe have one or two sit downs.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think food's kind of one of those big things. And then just taking a little extra time. I always like try to slow down a little bit. I try to do a like detailed plan to like give everybody some expectations and then make time together, but also give people time on their own as well.
Yeah.
But all the destinations we specialize in are really like home runs for multi-generations. Like a
Okay.
theme park, they have so much to do that no one's going to be bored. You're going to be having a blast together. And the kids are just, it's fun to stand in line. It's fun to be together and make those memories. So I love that. And cruising, again, those are like my two things for multi-generation.
Okay.
I haven't done anything like, we've done Europe as a family, but it's just been couples. And so like, if you're going to do couples, really the world's open to you. That's
Right.
a ton of fun. But if you're bringing
Yeah.
those kids, I think the theme park and cruises are really just a ton of fun.
Okay. Keep them entertained. Keep them
Yes,
fed. I love
lots.
it.
I know. So funny. I'm like, hey, we got to have the meals set.
Yes. Yes. So obviously, Getaway Today, we all know, is known for Disney,
Yes.
right? That's your
Yes,
specialty.
that's how we started. You're right.
But as you've mentioned, you do a lot more than that.
Yes.
So, how else can you help us with travel? We've mentioned cruises, and they're big right now, right?
Huge, yes.
Okay.
In fact, there's a lot of good deals still for this year too. So
Okay.
if you've been considering a cruise, like we work with all of the cruise lines. We have a ton of volume with them. In fact, our website, it's so easy. Like, I love our website because you can go on, choose a date, choose a destination you're looking at, and it will show you all the different ships. It compares them. So you can very
Okay.
easily
Oh,
like make
cool.
a decision like, oh, okay, this Royal Caribbean ship or this Carnival ship, or ooh, Disney has a ship there. So it just really makes it easy to compare. So I start there. I look on our website, and then I do like to talk with our cruise team because they have so many good expert tips, and they can help you kind of just find exactly where we put your cabin, make sure your group's all together, make sure you get all your requests that you want. But cruising, yeah, it's been super popular. And Orlando, I should say, like we're always known for Disneyland, but Walt Disney World, we've expanded there so much, and you can plan your whole Walt Disney World vacation on our website now. It's so simple. We've got all the Disney properties, and we've got everything that you need just to have that seamless Walt Disney World. And we have a concierge team that really does a great job. Orlando, you can mess up. Like, in fact,
Sure.
like
Yes.
5 or 6 years ago, I was on a plane to Orlando with just a family, not our guests. Because I was like, they know nothing. Like, they're going to get there. And I'm like, I was so worried for them. I'm like, okay, let's hurry and chat. Let's go on this. Let's download this app. Like, you really do need to know some things to have a good experience. Disneyland, you can wing it a little bit more. But Walt Disney World, like our team, they will make sure you have the best experience, which it's a lot to get there. And it's a lot, like, you want to do it right. And
Yeah.
so I really, like, for Walt Disney World, we do have even an extra special touch to make sure that you don't forget anything. You have all the magical details perfect.
Yes, I've heard it's just so much bigger.
It is,
right?
yeah, it is bigger.
Things are further away. You've got to maybe
Yes.
plan your days a little
and
bit
I was
more.
like scared of it for a long time, and now I'm not. I'm like, our team makes it so good, like, and now I like have all the tips and tricks, and I'm like, you can do it so right, and then you love it, and people go again and again and again. But it does, you just want to do it right for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so even if I want to, obviously I've got my budget in mind
Okay.
of where I want to travel to. I'm going to do probably my own research on your website first,
for sure.
but always call in.
Oh yeah,
Right?
it costs nothing extra to call with it. Like,
'Kay.
call and talk to our team. We have
'Kay.
very low wait times, and we'll call you back too. Like, if there is a wait, we have that
'Kay.
callback service. Our team is so friendly and so fun. Like, I'm so lucky. I get to train our staff too. And so the other cool thing is any feedback they get from guests, we implement it immediately. So like we're always getting better. And our team, like they want to help you plan that perfect vacation. They love to insert like their little tips and tricks to make sure it's just right for your family.
I love that. I love that. So personally, obviously we know you love Disney. That's how Getaway Today started, all of the things. Where is the favorite place that you've ever traveled, maybe aside from Disney?
Okay, I'm a huge Hawaii fan.
Okay.
So if I were like, because to me, Disney is like, it's the kind of trip that you're going to you have to work for all the fun. You're going to just do and it's the trip that you make so many great memories. And like the other trip I like to do is like sit at a beach and do nothing for a week. So when I go to Hawaii, I'm like, bring 7 books and I'm just there to relax. And my family absolutely loves that too. I grew up going to Hawaii each summer, and it's just still a tradition that we love to do.
I love that.
I love Maui, and I love the Grand Wailea Resort. Like that area in particular is beautiful.
Okay. So Maui's your place.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I truly like the fun thing about in our industry, any place I go, there's magic. Like you can always find something. And I kind of, wherever we go, because we go a lot of tennis tournaments, dance conventions, that's where we saw each other recently, and you find a way to just have fun wherever you go. I just love traveling.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, any other tips from Jen when it comes to traveling that we need to keep in mind?
Okay, I would say I always like to start flexible and look at airfare. I do like to book directly through the airline. I keep throwing that out there, and I really like Delta out of our market because there's so much lift, and especially during the winter where there could be weather delays, like maybe spend even a little bit more to go with an airline that you feel like is very reliable, so you for sure get on your trip. Okay. So that's something to consider in these winter months. I like to book early. I like to kind of have my bucket list of vacations even out to 5 years. Like, okay, my kids are getting at this stage, like I want to before they graduate or before they get married or before whatever milestone you're thinking. It's kind of nice to have a vacation checklist. So our family, we discuss that like with our New Year's resolutions. We'll be like, okay, what's the trip we're thinking this year? And then kind of get everyone in on the details and the planning, which is fun.
I love that idea.
So I love, again, making travel a priority is a big deal to our family and hopefully to yours as well.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and it gives us something to look forward to, like
Absolutely,
you said.
Yes.
Right, when we're in the dead of winter, which we love winter.
I know.
we love winter. I tell myself that every day. We don't have hurricanes. We don't have tsunamis. We don't have sharks. But we got to shovel the snow today.
Yeah. Well said. Well said.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jen.
Absolutely.
Yes. And obviously, we always have to mention, if you're a Mountain America member, mention that when you book with Getaway Today. A donation back to the community to help kids, right?
Yes, absolutely. And the link will also that will track it to Mountain America. That donation goes back to help kids, and you always are guaranteed that best price as well.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Jen, for joining us. And thanks to all of you for joining as well. And we will see you on the next episode of Guiding You Forward.